Well, hello again. Welcome to the Motor Trip Diaries, Yellowstone, Glacier, and the Canadian Rockies. This is a double episode, segment number whatever, maybe the fourth segment. We're starting at day 8 through 11. As you notice, it's been raining and hot in wherever we are, medium hot springs at the foothill of the Canadian Rockies. The rock is basically from the Canadian Rockies, or from the foothill of the Canadian Rockies, roughly Banff, through Jasper, down to Kamloops, through Winthrop, back to Seattle. This is the morning before we leave Radium Hot Springs, and there's like mountain or sheep or goat. We had that discussion, we agreed what it was, and I don't remember. So this just says what's to come here. You can see the gray skies, and that tells you what's going to happen next. So we're on our way to Lake Louise first, and it's getting uglier and uglier, and we need to cleanse the lens now twice, well, not twice, but here an idea of what it is.
On the way to Jasper. It's getting a little bit of a rain here.
So I guess this was how we look like when we ride in the rain, which we had a little bit of it this trip, and a lot more this day. So here's Lake Louise, pretty busy, very touristic as expected, but still so beautiful. And we hung out by the chateau over there inside. We had dinner or lunch in the chateau, and it was really fun. Really beautiful, fun, classy, Canadian. This pass is actually for wildlife animals to pass by, which is really smart and really well invested, because then there's less accident, no animals on the roads. This is some sort of we're getting into glacier country, so very soon you're gonna see actual glaciers, and there's even they have tours, bus tours taking tourists over on the glacier. It's called Columbia Glacier, or one of those. Here's the glacier. I think that was the Columbia Glacier, or maybe it's coming up now. left you can see the tour buses actually taking tourists on top of the glacier. So now we're getting closer to Jasper. Very soon we're gonna be at Jasper. And yeah, that mirror thingy, it's the beard procedure, but not really. And we'll see a little bit in a second what it's actually about. We didn't figure it out already. There was some animal over there. Let's say that we saw a grizzly bear, although we didn't, but we can say that. Ask Kevin. This is Jasper, really lively town, lots of bikers, great food, just happening place in the middle of the end of the earth, I guess. So this would be the last hotel motel that will be for the rest of the trip. From here on we have 2 more nights which will be camping. In total I think we had 3 motels and a friend and camping.
Look at the train. That's for boxcar tourists.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
looking for the boxcar.
There's your boxcars there.
Yeah.
So that's it. Starting the day before the last one. And as we ride by, we see those moose. So of course turn around, and then it becomes a whole even more interesting than just moose sighting, as you will see in a second. Kevin was really excited about it. I was a little bit clueless, so I got to be excited.
2 fucking bulls. They normally run. In September they're running, fighting each other. These 2, yeah.
What about
Fighting for the females. They're not now, and it's very, very, very unusual.
Really?
It's fucking impossible.
Really?
Seriously. Very, very unusual. They would generally be about 50 yards.
So there, now you have it.
So, is that a hero? That's a few. 3 fucking bulls, man.
And they even had 3 of them there, one behind the bushes. Really fun to ride along with the trains. They're not that fast, but they're still fun. And the beard maneuver soon to be discovered or revealed. So now we're getting into a segment that was again an improvisation. We're looking for a campground, and that led me to find this route, which turned out to be absolutely superb. Again, not planned. Probably the best routes of the trip were not the planned one, were actually the alternate ones, the improvised ones. Just really good riding, so over here the segments may be a little bit longer, just to show you how fun it was. Show myself, show Kevin. And you see there was a little black thing on the road which I avoided. You always have to pay attention to what's on the road. And on the sides of the road I saw some deer on this road right after a curve, so that was a little nerving. So there were quite a few of these flood road areas on this road. None of them were flooded, but there had clear signs of that. And you can see the beginning of the bug killing spree on the GoPro cam, and the customary motorcyclists waving hello everywhere, always, almost. Provincial park in Canada, their state park essentially. We had fun camping over here. The thinking/iPhone man. Great steaks with one of the best meals of this trip, I think it was. And while walking in the campsite, I saw this thingy. It was very cute. And this is the end of segment 4. Now we're starting segment 5, which includes as well the alternate route going into the US via some freshly discovered crossing called Nighthawk. I never heard about it. It wasn't in the plan, but it was just in the middle of nowhere, and the natural curiosity led me to see if it's a real border crossing, which I wasn't sure about. And over here I asked Kevin to turn around to take a certain road, that alternate road that we're talking about. So we'll fast forward a little bit because there were just too many of those incredible roads. I wanted to capture a little bit of it. So here it is. And yes, this is a sign about what happened and what will happen. In the middle of lots of curves, signs for more curves, which I was very appreciative of. So we're still in Canada, heading towards the border. I wanted to turn off the camera, but it was just too beautiful, so I changed my mind and just let it run for a little while. There were some orchards on the right, left, lots of grapevines, and a fire. The first and only fire we saw in this trip. It seemed to have been under control. We also saw choppers. Not everybody was not very excited about it. You see the bicyclists there. People went about their daily lives there. You could see the firefighters, even the choppers putting it off. This is the fire truck. There were lots of crews of those over there. But it seems under control. Looks like they saved this one. This is it. That was like about, I think, a 3-mile road that looked like that going into a border crossing. This is a border crossing. I think this is the Canadian side. And now we're getting into the US.
Hello, how's it going? Is this proper border crossing back to the US?
Yes, that's why we're here with our uniforms and guns and stuff.
We're originally going to cross through Osoyu, but I saw that at the sign, so looking for my Nexus card.
Thank you. We can do the helmet, sunglasses,
Yeah.
I can match you up there.
We'll get to that.
So where's home for you?
Bellevue.
And where are you off to?
That's it. We're in the US, and the shorter path here would have been to turn right. So motorcycles, we turn left. This is going towards Chiso. This is Limas, some other place, Oroville Road. Here I stopped by the valley to take a picture, but I saw that deer which distracted me and I ended up not taking a picture of the valley. Over here there were like really fun riding roads, so that's what we did. This is classic Eastern Washington, not the plains. A very strange, super remote place for graffiti. I liked it. I don't know why, but it was strange. And this guy gave me a hard time. Was not as courteous letting me pass him, but eventually I did.
I believe every word that you said. Keep hiding out like a coward in the pouring rain. Mission abort with my head is a mess. Desperation phone call, cross country, pack up that dress.
Kevin said that the roads in Canada were much better, and I tend to agree. The roads seem to be in better condition than here.
Yeah, shoot for the targets, but don't aim. Yeah, keep blaming a gun for losing the game, but I'm brave enough to ride along. It's a fail refrain from the pain. This love-hate hurricane.
Here we are at Chiso, which is a true Wild West, tiny little town with one tavern, one tiny grocery store, proper GS horse, and rodeo right here. That's it. That's the town. Last time I was here, I got a sticker which I lost, and I wanted another sticker, but they ran out. And then in the middle of this place, you find a kind of, you can say, a resort, a ski area. Over here, I stopped for a photograph, and this time I remembered. We're on our way to Winthrop via, I believe, to Nasket, Washington. So now we're going up towards Winthrop for our last camping of this trip. And of course some charred forest, which we haven't seen too much this trip, but some. That's it. This is the last night camping just outside Winthrop, and it was really fun. So that was time for some end of trip Nirvana time, and from now on it's the last stretch through the pass of Route 20 to Seattle. Of course you have to get some rain, and it got again cloudy, classic Seattle weather immediately as we passed those mountains. This pass in particular, I've crossed it so many times and I've taken so many clips of it, and every time it's superb, and it's I have it in all weathers, in snow, in sun, and almost always with some rain. This is essentially home. This is I think 3.5 hours, 3 hours probably, 3 hours from home. This is, I believe, Diablo Lake, right before Rockport as we go into Darrington and Arlington. So that's it. Incredible trip. Highly recommended. And until next time, adios.